Alright guys, the final month of Lil Peep. Rest in peace, guys. I apologize though, I do not know much about his songs. I have not listened to many of his songs. It's not my genre, in my opinion. I don't listen to that many songs in general. But yeah, let's check it out.
On November 15, 2000,
We recently reacted to Matt Miller's final 3 days, so this popped up on my feed. Never reacted to this content creator before. Without further ado,
2017 at about 4:30 p.m., Lil Peep was in the back of his tour bus smoking with two of his fans. He was in a very good mood. At one point he looked out the bus window at the Arizona sky to where he said, "Today is a good day. Not every day is a good day, but today is. I feel good." Less than 30 minutes later, he nodded off and never woke up again.
what? Oh man, like that, guys? No. Dang, bro. Did they also sell him like some lace stuff, bro? I think they did, right? I'm not 100% sure, but I hope they didn't, bro. I mean, I don't know. Okay, let's keep watching.
On October 2nd, 2017, Lil Peep set out on a North American tour that would last about a month and a half, performing at 31 different cities.
Come over when you're sober tour.
He had just came back from Europe where he was performing a
Playing some Lil Peep music in the background. Okay.
smaller tour.
Don't always see it because it's hard. It's hard for content creators to monetize a video if they have like a few actual samples from the artist. If anyone's wondering.
But this tour in the United States was set to be even longer with less rest days. Peep suggested to his management that he wanted to take several friends from Gothboy Clique with him this time. Gothboy Clique was a collective of underground artists Peep had been a part of before signing his record deal.
You alone, bro.
His management had been trying to keep him away from them as much as possible.
That's a sad way to wake up, bro. Nobody wants to wake up that way, man. Nobody.
They stated, "We want you to be healthy
That's legit painful, man.
and productive and don't think
Lil Peep is attacking him with a pillow, man.
GBC should be on this tour." Because of this, there was tension building. Peep was becoming defiant toward his label and management, and GBC didn't understand why he was becoming distant with them as well, causing problems on both ends and leaving Peep in the middle of it all. His manager and label owner both decided to hire a woman named Belinda Mercer to help with the North American tour. This was an attempt to introduce a new person and clean slate. She even traded in the small vans and upgraded Peep to a real tour bus. Now he could—
Yay, let's go. But dang, bro, that means he's not gonna be able to use the tour bus for long, man. Pretty sad.
bring people with him, and he filled all 12 beds on the bus.
Oh, I like that excerpt right there, man. What song is that, guys? That's cool.
In attendance was Peep.
It's like emo kind of music. I'm not sure, like emo rap, I believe, is genre.
Himself, a few members of GBC, and his opening act Bexy. The other spots were all taken by the traveling crew, a merch guy, lighting director, videographer, and of course the bus driver. After loading their belongings, they packed everything, including
A merch guy, so he sells merch or something? I don't understand.
all the drugs they could bring.
No, don't bring that, bro. Remember when like Lil Wayne's tour bus got pulled over, man? That could be a little bad.
First stop was in Seattle on October 2nd, and Peep seemed to be in good spirits throughout his performance. But only after a few dates, things became noticeably off. Something was wrong, and this time it was different. Peep was spending nearly all his time on the bus, rarely leaving to walk around the cities or even get food for himself. The one drug that seemed to be the most popular with Gus on the tour was ketamine. His friends said it was alarming because it really wiped him out and made him non-functioning. Several people on the tour bus noted Peep had been getting the ketamine from none other than his tour manager, Belinda. Allegedly, she abused the power to get everyone on the bus to do what she needed.
Damn, bro. I used to be addicted to disassociatives, so I basically do what Lil Peep did, guys. Not gonna lie. I drink cost her quite a bit back.
It's important to note now that Belinda has denied these accusations since his passing and has declined to give her side of the story.
Dang, bro. Belinda, she's kind of a... Dang,
On October 25th,
guys, who's this Belinda character, man? Wait, so he overdosed on that? I didn't think he overdosed. I thought he
tour bus arrived at the
got sold some laced up, but if he got sold some laced up, I think there would have been some individuals that got locked up, so.
border between Canada and the United States. Everyone on board was asked to exit the vehicle. Officers and dogs searched the bus for drugs and they pulled Belinda to the side for an interrogation.
Dang, bro, somebody snitched on them as well.
At 1:53 p.m., Peep texted his girlfriend, "I've been at the Canadian border for 7 hours. I think they arrested my tour manager." Finally, in the late afternoon, the bus was allowed to cross into Canada with everyone except Belinda. They raced to Toronto without her, and they arrived just in time to do that night's show. Belinda was later released and crossed into Canada on her own and rejoined them after paying a $2,000 fine, but with seemingly no explanation.
And this Belinda character, man, she seems shady, or like, you know, like what is going on?
As the days went on, Peep's physical and mental health seemed to be depleting at a quick rate. Management ignored these signs and urged him to keep up, despite seeing his cries for help that had been going on for months. On November 14th, the tour arrived in El Paso, Texas. Peep
Dang, bro, he's getting pressured by management as well, man.
was on edge and very upset about the venue. He called his mom
That gets me scared to even hire a manager, bro. I'm not nowhere near the position of hiring anyone though.
to vent that day. What he didn't know was that would be the last phone call he would ever have with her. Someone suggested that they try canceling the show, but this wouldn't work because he posted a video to Instagram that afternoon of him dropping pills in his mouth, and by posting this publicly, he made it clear he wasn't actually sick, so the show was gonna happen.
El Paso, I'm good, I'm not sick.
Now he does seem quite inebriated in this video though here, guys. I thought he was sober, man. I don't know, guys. I apologize. I just don't know much about him.
I'm gonna see y'all tonight.
He only had 2 shows left after this and he would be done, so he decided to push through it. Despite being frustrated, he performed and finished in El Paso, and he would be getting on the tour bus toward Tucson.
That's not the hugest venue, but it's still, at least he's still got a, you know, a bus is so much more comfortable than a van, guys. Straight up.
Arizona.
I don't like being Lil Peep. Snap. That's another. It's still a fear of mine, guys. Is you know, getting the fame getting to me.
The last day of Lil Peep's life began much like any other on the tour. He was still sleeping around noon when the bus pulled up to The Rock, a 600-person capacity venue on the edge of downtown Tucson. By around 3:30 p.m., he was awake, taking photos and chatting with fans outside. This was when 2 fans approached him. One of the fans says he was with Peep from the time they met until the moment he lost consciousness, just about 45 minutes later. But he says he never saw Peep take any pills. The 2 fans later said things got weird after this. Peep was shutting the door to the lounge on the bus when he began nodding off. His eyes shut and his head went forward. They yelled his name and he snapped out of it. He then moved to a larger couch and nodded off again. They continued to wake him up, but he
Oh man, it's probably like some lay stuff, man.
ultimately would just fall back asleep. Finally, his head rolled back and he appeared to be in a deep sleep. They decided to leave, where they told Peep's friends he knocked out in the back of the bus. According to them, they thought nothing of this because it was normal for him. At 5:30 p.m.
It's scary, guys, because we don't know if it's gonna be life-saving or life-threatening or not when they sleep, because everybody sleeps and stuff.
Belinda came to check on Lil Peep and says she too saw he was sleeping, upright on the couch and snoring. She claims to have tried to wake him up, but his body just twitched and he wouldn't wake. 15 minutes later, she checked on him again to where he was still snoring. Bexy then came back from a shopping trip around this same time.
Guys, he's doing the same snoring, the same kind of snoring that Willie Two Guns did, like probably, and that mean that, like, at that point he needed like medical attention, right, guys? If he's snoring like that, and they should have got him medical attention, but he was always doing that because he's an addict. So it's like, dang, they didn't know if they should have did it.
And told a similar story of Peep snoring, even posting a video online as a joke.
Peeps at the back of the bus doing press-ups, sit-ups, working on his six-pack, his muscles. I'm gonna see for myself.
For over 3 hours, nobody questioned what was happening until 8:53 p.m. An associate of Peep's noticed he was pale and his lips were blue and immediately called 911.
911, what is the emergency?
I need an ambulance.
Okay, what's the address?
I'm at The Rock. I'm at a venue called The Rock.
Alright, tell me what's going on there.
I'm working with an artist and he's just completely out of it. He's cold, he's just knocked out. I don't know what he's faking. He's not awake. We're trying to wake him up and he's not awake at all.
Breathing normally.
I'm not really, no.
Dang.
Belinda pulled Peep to the floor and began chest compressions until an
Guys, be careful about substances, guys.
ambulance arrived 3 minutes later. Unfortunately, he had no pulse and was no longer breathing. They tried to give him 3 different doses of medicine, but nothing was working. Inside the venue, GBC members tried to perform a few songs in an effort to keep everyone distracted from the chaos outside. But as word spread slowly, they spilled to the street where people were crying. Fights broke out.
Bro, I'd legit start crying as well, man, if that was my favorite artist. And I'm still, I felt like crying for a second, bro, because it's just sad how that he just, like, passed away, man. When he was supposed to, like, right before he was about to perform.
Out and fans took photos of his body being removed from the bus. Lil Peep was pronounced dead shortly after.
The young rapper was set to perform here at The Rock on Wednesday night, and although the official cause of death remains unknown, news of Lil Peep's passing has sparked conversation about the issue of drug addiction.
Several people were interviewed either by the police or DEA, but no one was ever charged. The autopsy ruled his death was an accident caused by a combination of fentanyl and Xanax. They
Fentanyl
found
again,
extremely high
guys.
levels of both in his system, along with cocaine, marijuana, and opiates. It's obvious he was unaware that he was taking fentanyl, which is deadly even in small quantities. Tucson PD later closed the investigation without reaching a conclusion about where the fentanyl came from. But something he took that day contained so much that he ended up with more than twice the lethal dose in his system.
Ends like that, guys. Wow, pretty sad. And it re-uploaded due to unforeseen events. Peep documentary really showed light about how a lot of people around him were really just what was keeping him down. The stuff about him crying in the closet while people slept in his bed after a night of partying actually broke my heart. That's why I don't party much. Rest in peace, Peep. Broke my heart when he said I don't belong. Like, unlike being Peep anymore, his snoring was actually a death rattle. The death rattle, guys. They should have knew, bro. They should have knew. We were talking about that. Alright, guys. See you guys next one. Peace out.